it's Nicole with Elemental Superfood. Today we're going to make a very easy, super clean granola. I love granola. I love having it on hand because it's so good in the morning, on some yogurt. You can put it on a smoothie. You also can just pour some milk in there and you have a breakfast ready to go. A lot of the store-bought granolas have ingredients I don't particularly care for and lots of sugar. So this one is refined sugar-free. It is made with all organic whole foods and it is delicious. One of the ingredients in here, a lot of store-bought granolas have sunflower oils and things like that. I use coconut oil. So coconut oil generally is pretty stiff. So what I'm going to do, I measured out a half a cup. I'm going to put it in a pan and I'm going to put it on a very low heat and let it begin to melt while I'm mixing everything else up. So I'm just going to put it on here, put it on a real low heat, and it'll start to melt, and by the time I mix everything up, it'll be ready to go. So we're going to get our bowl and we're going to start mixing. So we're going to take 3 cups of organic rolled oats. We're going to put 1 cup of buckwheat groats in there, 2 cups of shredded coconut. I'm going to put a half a cup of chopped walnuts. You can use any nut you want. I like using walnuts because my little guy is allergic to almonds, and so I try to make recipes without almonds, but almonds would be really nice in this one. I'm going to do a half a cup of coconut sugar, and if you don't want it as sweet, you can leave that out because we're also going to put a little maple in there. I've got a half a teaspoon of really good sea salt, and then I like mine really full of cinnamon, so I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. But if you don't like cinnamon, you can leave it out, or you can do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then I've got a half a cup of maple syrup here. And what I like to do when I'm making stuff like this, and I want to incorporate some vanilla, I've got a liquid vanilla, so I'm going to pour the liquid right into here, and then it'll distribute evenly. So I'm doing 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You can do 1 if you prefer, but I like a lot of vanilla. And I'm just going to give that a little stir. And then I'm just going to pour that in like so. I'm going to give this a nice little stir. I'm just going to mix this up. And then I'm going to grab my coconut oil right off the stove, and it should be ready to go. So I've got my coconut oil. It's melted. I'm going to pour it in there. This was a half a cup of coconut oil. And I'm going to give that a nice little mix. So I took an extra little bit of time and I stirred it really well for about 2 minutes. And I recommend taking the time to do that because it incorporates all the ingredients and you get everything coated nicely with maple and coconut oil, and it mixes really well. And it's just nice and even, and nice even kind of flavor tone through the whole granola. So you can see it's shiny. I really recommend taking the extra step of just 2 minutes and incorporating everything really well. I'm going to take a lined baking sheet, and I'm going to dump this on a lined sheet. I'm going to spread it out, and then I'm going to bake this on 300 for 20 minutes. About halfway through, I'm going to pull it out and just use a spatula to move the granola around a little bit. So it's going to be 20 minutes total. 20 minutes on 300 degrees. And we'll be back with this. So it's been 10 minutes. I took it out of the oven and I'm just moving things around. Just giving it a little turn, and then I'm going to put it back in. So I've got my granola out of the oven. It was in there for 20 minutes. And I like to put some extras in there. So what I do, I let it cool down for a little bit. And then I'm going to put it in a bowl. And then, while it's still a little bit warm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a half a cup of sunflower seeds, a half a cup of chia seeds, and you can put other add-ins too. You can add cranberries, you can add raisins, you can add more nuts if you want to. And I'm going to give that a really good stir. Okay, so you can see we're done. It looks amazing. Take a little taste. It's so good. It's perfectly sweetened. It's amazing. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in some mason jars and store it in the fridge. And you can store it in a Tupperware, you can store it in a Pyrex, whatever you've got. And you just use it up. Put it on your yogurt, put it in a bowl and some milk, or on top of a smoothie, on top of anything. So I'm just going to take a little measuring cup or whatever you have, fill up the mason jars. So again, I want to encourage you to make small changes every day. The little changes that we make add up. You don't have to be perfect, but little changes will help you and your family, especially your children, as they grow up and they develop. So once again, this is Nicole with Elemental, and you are what you eat.